Hello everyone, welcome to Educhemy, myself Karuna Mishra, and today we have come up with this video on Nobel Prize for Physics 2021. Nobel Prizes are being declared each day. So far 3 prizes have been declared for Nobel Prize in Medicine, for Physics and for Chemistry. 2 more prizes are to go. Now, coming to Nobel Prize in Physics, someone who cares about environment, for all of us in general, this year's Nobel Prize in Physics is very important because it just does not talk about the complexity of the physics and related field, but for a change, and very explicitly, the Nobel Prize Committee has said that this year's Nobel Prize in Physics is nothing but a message to the world that the global warming is there. It is setting off alarms across the world. There are extreme climate events, and this is a message just weeks before COP26. UNFCCC is the main organization under which you have these conference of parties where the decisions regarding where to limit the temperature and what are the methods that can be done are discussed. So before that, it is nothing but telling the world that yes, climate change is real and it has a scientific background. So this year's Physics Nobel Prize is divided among 3 physicists, 3 people, out of which the first half is awarded to Shukuro Manabe and Klaus Hesselmann. Mr. Manabe is a Japan-born American scientist, and Klaus Hesselmann hails from Germany. And the other half is given to Giorgio Parisi. On a different note, just to remember for your exam, he's from Japan, he's from Germany, and he's from Italy. What does it remind you during the Second World War? So just remember, these are the 3 people from the Axis power countries who have won the Nobel Prize. Now coming to the real reason why they have won the Nobel Prize. For their study in what field, these people have done extensive work in understanding the complex physical systems such as Earth's changing climate. So climate change is a very complex thing, and let us understand one by one the contribution of each of them. As we say that they are being awarded to understand the complex physical systems such as Earth's changing climate, but what is their individual contribution and how these 2 climate engineers were able to bag the prize of Nobel Prize in Physics. Now, before coming to the contribution of each scientist, let us remember that this award is there to tell the world that yes, climate change is real and climate change is for all of us. There is no single country, group of people who can be saved from the effects of the climate change. It is a global phenomena which is going to affect one and all. So with this, we are also announcing a series which shall be the science behind the environment and climate change. So we will be understanding the environment and climate change related phenomena and also try to understand the science behind it. Now coming to the contribution of each Nobel laureate, what have they won this prize for? So they have basically won this prize for groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of complex physical systems. What are these complex physical systems? They have basically given us the quantification. They have basically given us how to create or come to a number which shall say that how much deterioration will lead for us to go from here to here. How have they done that? They have demonstrated how increased level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere lead to the increased temperature at the surface of the earth. Now coming to the individual contribution, Manabe and Hasselmann, they laid the foundation. So they are the pioneers. So they are the pioneers which laid the foundation of our knowledge of Earth's climate and how humans are influencing it. So basically, they studied climate and they came to a conclusion that human interference is responsible for deteriorating the climate. They have created physical modeling of Earth's climate, quantifying variability and reliably predicting global warming. What do I mean by this? They have quantified the variability. For example, If so many and so many cars are running on the road, what is the number? For example, they say that these many cars, if running on the road, let's say the diesel cars which are banned in Delhi. All right. So, but what exactly is the quantifiable contribution of diesel and diesel cars in the pollution of Delhi and NCR area? So, this is where these people have worked upon. So basically, they helped us in understanding this. They helped us that all these ecosystems are related, and all of these ecosystems are now being influenced or getting deteriorated due to human interference or anthropogenic activities. Now, coming to their individual contribution. So, Mr. Shukuro Manabe, he started his research, his development in the year of 1960s, where he developed the physical models of Earth's climate. Very important. So he is the first person who explored that there is an interaction between radiation balance and vertical transport of air masses, all your basics of geography, right? So he's the first person who said that there is a direct interaction, there is a direct relation between the radiation and the vertical transport of the air masses. His work actually laid the foundation on the current climate models. He's a 90-year-old gentleman, and he's the first one who gave you the models that these are interconnected, and all the climate models which you have right now have the inspiration from the Manabe model. So Manabe is the first one who gave this climate model, the first researcher who explored the interaction between the radiation balance and the vertical transport of air masses due to convection. This is exactly what you study when you study the water cycle also. What do you study in the water cycle? That the solar radiations from the sun gets absorbed by the earth gets heated up, or the land gets heated up, then a part of it is sent back in the form of infrared heat radiation, a part of it is trapped also and sent back to earth. This is the greenhouse effect, right? So whenever the air which comes in contact with the hot surface becomes hot air and it starts rising, whereas the air which has risen to a certain height gets cold and condensed and starts falling down, creating high pressure situation. So cold air is associated with the high pressure and the hot air is associated with the low pressure. That is what you study now. He was the first one who said that the hot air, which is lighter than the cold air, it rises through convection, and it also carries water vapor with it. So water vapor is a strong greenhouse gas agent. So it is a strong greenhouse gas agent, and the warmer the air, the higher up the concentration of water vapor it is, which is also called the water or vapor carrying capacity. Vapor carrying capacity is directly proportional to the temperature, or the hotter or the warmer the air is, the capacity shall be higher. This is what this person has also said. And further, when the atmosphere is colder, the cloud drops are formed, releasing the latent heat stored in the water vapor. So this is your 6th standard geography, right? In your 6th standard geography, you study this cycle. So it was Manabe who gave this first climate model. Now coming to the contribution of Klaus Hasselmann. Klaus Hasselmann actually created a model that links weather with the climate. Now weather is a more temporary phenomena, climate is a more permanent phenomena. So he first created the link together. He also developed methods for identifying specific signals, fingerprints, natural phenomena, and human activities that imprint in the climate. So he created the model that links weather and climate together. He also developed the method for identifying special signals, fingerprints, both natural phenomena and human activities that imprint in the climate. His methods also have proven that increased temperature in the atmosphere is due to the human emissions of carbon dioxide. So it is Hasselmann which says or gave the scientific model ground that it is the human emissions, the anthropogenic activities which are responsible for the increased temperature in the atmosphere. So Manabe and Hesselman were the climate engineers. Manabe gave the first interaction between the incoming radiation and how the convective air rises and the whole thing which we have discussed. And Hasselmann has given the first model or the model that links the weather and climate together and has said that it is the anthropogenic or human emissions which has led to increase in the atmosphere and the role of carbon dioxide. Now coming to the third Nobel laureate, the third Nobel laureate is Giorgio Parisi, the Italian one, and he is rewarded for the revolutionary contributions to the theory of disordered material and random processes. Now this is interesting. What is it? The theory of disordered material and random processes. What do I mean by that? So basically, these complex processes or these complex materials, they did not have any quantified data or any quantifiable way to express, for example, how much emission may lead to how much issues or what will be their significance when we talk about global warming. He is the first one who created a quantifiable method. He discovered, his discoveries are among the most important contribution in the theory of complex systems. Very important. So he is the first one who gave us a better understanding of the complex systems. He made it possible to understand and describe different, entirely random materials and phenomena, not only in the physics, but also in mathematics, biology, neurosciences, and machine learning. Idea being, your climate and your weather is a complex process, right? So he was the first one who gave the theory or brought a theoretical process in understanding these complex systems. He made it possible to come to a quantifiable data. For example, now, have you heard of something called as ice minimum? September month is very important when you are collecting data related to the Arctic ice, because after September, the Arctic Ocean again starts freezing. So this year it was found that Arctic Ocean or the Arctic ice was not in a frozen state the way it was earlier. So that means the melting of the ice is becoming faster. So when you come across these numbers that you have to limit the emissions to so and so tons, otherwise the overall temperature will rise above 2 degrees. In Paris climate deal, it was said that the world has to come up with a plan and effort so that the temperature does not go beyond 1.5 degree. At the max it has to be 2 degrees Celsius, otherwise it will have this complication, that complication, etc. How do you quantify that? That quantifying, that process, that theoretical proving was done by this person, Giorgio Parisi. So this is what it means when he brought together the complex systems and created theories and made it possible to create a quantifiable data. These people are responsible and are the proof that climate change has a scientific base, and all the data which is given to us that this might happen if the global warming is not restricted to a certain degree actually has a basis, has a physics and mathematical basics behind it. All right. One such example was in Arctic. So these are the points which are given in the Paris Climate Agreement. So here you see that to keep the global temperature increase below 2 degrees Celsius, then the pollution has to be reduced by this and this year. Then the further strategy or planning has to be done by this year. So all of this quantification is possible because of the work of these very zealous is because of the work of these three zealous physicists, that is Syukuro Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann, and Giorgio Parisi. So this was about the Nobel Prize in Physics. The idea was to make you understand what was exactly the technology or what was exactly the theories which actually got awarded. their work, their contributions. If possible, we'll be coming up with more such videos on the Nobel Prizes. Till then, study very hard. All the best for your preparation. Thank you so much.